Did we do it? Are we back? Hello? Fuck. Oh, it's because it's unlisted. Alright, let's get this back on the road. Alright. Let's try that one more time. I am sorry, guys. Yeah. So, Chinua Alibatia says this is what happens when you stream on Mondays. So let's find out what the results say, okay? So results say... Okay, the results seem pretty split, but it also looks like we didn't get that many people to vote. So, I'm just gonna assume you guys like Mondays. Nope says I missed my test for this, bro. It's actually so doomed. Yeah, nope, we're both failing. I just failed, you failed. Well, you're gonna fail, but, you know. Let's see if we can fix this. So, last one didn't count, alright? That was a freebie. I get one failure. Let's see if we can make this one count. Razmataz Run Fast Eat Ass says, nice name, top 3 intros. We Are, 2, Hope, 3, Over the Top. I don't know what these are. I know We Are. I just don't know all of these, off the top of my head. If anybody is still in that old chat, how about going over and telling those people in the old chat that, hey, fuck whatever you're doing right now, come over to Newstream, because Newstream has Newstream is where Happy Morge actually is at. So Crash99 says, what a happy man in the thumbnail. I wonder what he'll say. So, the happiness quickly went away, right? Quickly ended in failure. The happiness was a lie. That Morge you saw in the thumbnail is not the Morge you see before you. I'm worried about the viewers that come in, clicking on that happy thumbnail, expecting me to be, extremely excited about something, but I'm mostly just bummed out by the fact that the stream had to restart 7 minutes in, which is a new record. We've never had a stream fail that fast. If only the Wano arc could fail at the rate that my streams fail. Oh man, imagine the possibilities. Anyway, question mark says, Morge, did you ever do a bounty prediction post Wano? No, it's a little tricky for me. So, because where I'm at with the bounties, I can just tell you guys this right now. I considered, we gotta wait slightly just for people to come back. Apparently I only have 164 viewers. That's not that bad. But we do want to beef it up a little bit more than that. What were we saying? Bounty predictions. So let me talk briefly on that. With bounties, my dog's at the door. So normally I would go let my dog in because he's scratching at the door. But here's what happens. Every time I leave the screen, my viewership immediately plummets. Normally that's okay. But right now, when the stream just started back up and we're barely not even cracking 200 viewers... I don't know. I think my dog's going to have to wait at least a few minutes. Anyway, bounties. So here's where I'm at with bounties. All I know in my heart is that Luffy at some point in the story is going to have a 5.6 billion berry bounty. Why? Because Gomu, right? Gomu is the number. I have to rub my dog and he's being really annoying. Go. What are you doing? Go. Oh, geez, I can't imagine what the viewership's at now. Probably 1, maybe 2 people left? Okay, no, we're good. False alarm, everybody. It all worked out. Liam Wasserline says I'm leaving. Anyway, bounties. All I know in my mind is that Luffy's gonna get a bounty of 5.6 billion berry by the end of things, right? 5.6 billion berry, it just fits. Oda loves the Gomu number. He loves the Gomu number. He even made Katakuru's bounty based off of that 1,057 million berry bounty, right? Gold Roger's bounty his max bounty was 5,500 something, so Luffy seems perfectly set up to just pass that number up. All I know in my head basically is that Luffy at some point will get 5.6 billion, right? So, if Luffy at some point is going to get 5.6 billion, then it just becomes a question of when you think, because there is an argument to be had that if the next big arc after this, if Wano is basically the penultimate arc, then what if the next big arc is essentially taking on the world government, right? If it's taking on the world government, then would they even have bounties after the world government? Which means that it just comes down to basically when Oda feels it's basically time to say, Luffy has hit the peak of the pirate world, and then beyond that, it's essentially just taking down the world government. In which case, it's entirely possible that Luffy's at 5.6 billion very honestly after Wano, which sounds insane, so I'm not going to make a video on that, but I'm just saying it's possible. Flip side is maybe it happens after Rafto, and flip side is maybe it happens after the world government is actually defeated and they still put out a bounty for Luffy for whatever reason. Aslan says, can you teach me how to do quadratic equations? So, is that... Okay, so it's been a little while since I did math. Alright? Quadratic equations, it's that thing with the plus minus... I'm not even going to start. I know... Who's this dude? I'm going to ban this dude. I ought to ban this guy. You guys don't know, but I have a bit of a history with this guy. I feel like he does deserve a bit of a ban, but... Alright, let's not worry about him, but just everyone ignore him. So, what were we saying? Quadratic equations, I don't really know. I feel like it's got some, there's like a square root thing involved, and there's a plus minus, and there's a division that happens at the end. I know these things are all part of it, right? So, you know, if you need some math tutoring, then maybe Morge is not the person to go to. Let's take a look. Concurrent viewers, 270, 405. I don't know which numbers are accurate. I feel like we're close enough that we can start basically setting up the stream. So, here is how we are doing it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hold on. Everyone pay attention. All right, and see how close I was to being right. Thomas Barron says, negative b plus minus. Did I not say the plus minus? Who remembers me saying plus minus? All right, whoever says they remember me saying plus minus will be made a mod instantly. So there's a plus minus, and I said that there's a division part, and I said there's a square root part. All right, so who says Morge doesn't know quadratic equations? Morge, you were wrong? No, I was 100% right. I said there's a plus minus, I said there's a square root, and I said there's a division. That's the general gist of things, right? Yeah, exactly. So what more do you want? I don't remember all the letters. I don't remember B and stuff like that, but I remember, yeah. You know. Skylar says I got it. Shalad Master says I got it. A lot of people saying I got it. Can I make them all mods? No. So that was a lie. But I'm glad I'm glad for the support. I appreciate the support, guys. I was right? So, and that's it, right? So Swaboosh says the general gist of mathematics, that's basically all it is. You just want to get the general gist, and that gets it close enough. Because think about how we got to the moon, right? How we got to the moon. So the moon is very, very large, and the Earth is very large, and there's a lot of space in between. So the good news is you don't have to be that exact with it, right? So you can kind of just chuck the rocket in the general direction of the moon, and you just got to be in the general area, and you'll get it right. That's how we got to the moon. Mars, same thing. You know, we got that droid... You know, that droid to Mars, that android that we've got walking around on Mars, right? And how do we do it? Not a lot of math involved, that's for sure. Not a lot of math, because we just needed to know the general gist, the plus minus, the division part, and the square root part, of course. And then we just sent him. And then he got there. And that was the general gist of how we got the moon landing, the Mars rover, etc. So let's all just forget about the math, and let's talk about something important, which is how we're going to rank these arcs. Eli K, thanks a lot. Wild guess on Dragon and Rox's bounties. No scam. Wild guess, let me say, so I think Rox's bounty, my guess would be 5 billion berry about straight. So the straight 5 billion berry bounty. I do think that like it was implied that Roger and Whitebeard had the two highest bounties as pirates. So I think that it is a fair estimate to say that basically, you know, yeah, I think fair guess would be like, I think Rox kind of add himself to that little group of, you know, 5 billion berry plus, but I don't think he passes up Roger or Whitebeard. So I'm going to put him at about 5 billion. And then Dragon, I would say right now, most wanted man in the world. Okay, so it's lazy for me to say Dragon is also 5 billion. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Dragon was 5 billion. No, Dragon was more wanted than Whitebeard, correct? So Dragon should probably be like 5.2 billion, 5.1 billion, something like that. It's funny because Oda, with all of these bounties recently especially, so they all have like little extra meanings from what I understand, and I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but I know that Blackbeard's bounty, for example, it was relevant. It was related to what the actual real life pirate Blackbeard's bounty was. Katakuri's bounty, the 0.57 was Luffy's Gomu Gomu. So I'm sure that there could be a meaning towards whatever Dragon's exact bounty is, but my guess is it's just a little bit. It's between Roger and Whitebeard's would be my guess. Lolly, thanks a lot. Hey Morge, I liked your last theory video. I left a comment about the weapon Uranus and the moon fit into that theory. If you saw it, what do you think? I did not see that comment. I wish you had put that in your super chat just here so that I could respond to it right there, but I don't know what that comment is specifically. Sorry. If I were to spitball, I would say a comment about the weapon Uranus and the moon fit. I don't know. Can you expound upon that a little bit? Rickon, thanks a lot. Impeccable math, Morge. Most slept on arc. I think the most slept on arc is Bucks killing the Heats as Ryan Berry. That's always good to hear. Slen says Morge doesn't read comments exposed. Go see how many comments are on that theory. Go see how many comments are on that theory. That is far and away one of the most commented on videos that I've ever had. So you tell me like how many. I can't read all of the comments. I do read like I think especially the initial rush of comments that come in. I read most of those. Some register with me in my brain, some don't, and you even see me respond once in a while. But it becomes very difficult to respond to each and every comment. So like it'll be random. Sometimes there'll be a new comment. I just see it because I happen to get the notification at that time, even if it's 3 days later. And other times I don't see comments for like multiple days, right? So Rickon says most slept on arc. I would say, I would personally say Whole Cake Island maybe, but like maybe that's not even slept on that much anymore because I think Whole Cake Island has a lot of defenders now, to be honest, from what I've seen. So defenders, I guess you could call them. I think honestly most slept on island or arc, maybe it's Skypiea, maybe it's hard. It's really hard. Baratier, I think, has a case. Baratier is an amazing arc if you go back and read it. I used to think that Arlong Park was the arc where One Piece really got good. Baratier is very, very good in retrospect. So it's weird because it's one of those arcs where if you go back, you always get a lot more out of it. Just because a lot of the ideas and what they're hinting at or what it's setting up for seems so much more important in retrospect. But let me try and think. Whole Cake, I think. Baratier. I think Fishman Island, but I do think that Fishman Island is... It's hard to say because I no longer... I used to think Fishman Island was a bad arc. Now I think it's a good arc for what it was. But I don't think it's necessarily slept on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's the secretly amazing arc that everyone's just sleeping on. I just think that it's actually... yeah, that's what I think what slept on means. If it's like an amazing arc, but people are sleeping on it. So I think Skypiea kind of falls in that territory. Skypiea is the one if I had to pick. I'd say Skypiea. I would say Skypiea. Yeah, there's shorter arcs for sure, like Logtown, Baratier, stuff like that. Once you go back towards those, there's always just so much more that you can pick out of them versus the longer arcs, which are just generally much larger, more complete storylines that you kind of need to see if, like, from start to finish, whether you get invested in them again. Gone, thanks a lot. Are you sophisticated? That's like a... What am I supposed to say to that? I don't even know what the response to that is. Swaboosh, thanks a lot. In a reverse world, if Garp was Goldie Roger, who would be his Whitebeard? I personally don't really like questions like that because I just, like, it goes back to, I put a video out on this like a while ago, like, I don't think everyone needs a mirror as to, you know, the like a forced parallel. I don't like forced parallels that much. So for example, I don't think Luffy has a Whitebeard. I don't think Luffy's story really needs a Whitebeard. You could argue Blackbeard is his Whitebeard, I suppose, but that's not even really accurate at all. I mean, Blackbeard, I suppose, people can say Blackbeard is his Rocks, and I think that maybe there's a good case for that, just based on the way that Rocks was portrayed and set up. The fact that Blackbeard is clearly influenced by him, but I don't think Luffy necessarily has a Whitebeard. I think even if Kid becomes a more significant player in the future, I don't think that Kid would ever be called Luffy's Whitebeard in that sense. I think Kid's trajectory is just kind of different as a pirate. So I guess just in general, if I had to say if Garp was Goldie Roger, who would be his Whitebeard? Like, I don't really know what that... I guess it would be... I guess it would be Whitebeard, dude. If Carp was Goldie Roger, then his Whitebeard would be Whitebeard, wouldn't it? Right? Wouldn't it just be Whitebeard? Alright, so, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. No more interesting questions. So, here's how we're going to do things. I don't want to do one of those, like, here's the best arc, here's the worst arc things, alright? This is going to be popularity based. So it will be our favorite arcs with some influence from me, alright? Meaning if some arcs make it into our favorite arcs that I don't think should be in our favorite arcs, then maybe they won't be our favorite arcs anymore, you know what I mean? Maybe they'll be a little bit lower, such as almost our favorite arcs. We still like a lot, though. Alright. What's next? What's next after that? How many tiers do we want? Do we think 5 tiers is good? How many tiers is good? How many tiers is good? I don't want to have to do another poll again. I think last time we said 5 tiers was good, but I don't know if 5 tiers is always the right move. Let me just see some general, throw out some numbers. Last tier should be Boruto, says Polo. 5, 6, says Stephen. Okay, people like 5. Alright, 5 is good. We're sticking with 5. What's the B category? Solid. How about solid? And let's say we like it a lot. Let's make it shorter. You guys can stop typing now. We've gotten past it. I've already chosen 5. So we like it a lot. We really like it a lot. We really like it a lot. How about that? And then solid. And then fine. And then don't like that much. Alright. So I think that's good. I don't think that there's any bad One Piece arcs to me. I don't think that there's any... Matthew clearly says I wasn't listening. Everybody please explain things to him. Yeah, I don't think that there's any bad One Piece arcs, personally. And I'm not just saying that to say that I don't think that there's any bad One Piece arcs. What did Eli K say before you guys buried him? Last off-topic thing. Enel's bounty if he had one. Didn't Oda say something along those lines, or was that like a fake interview quote or something? Didn't Oda say something like 500 million berry if Enel was dropped into the Blue Sea? So I'll go with that. I'll say 500 million berry. I think that that's actually a quote that Oda said in an SBS, that Enel would have like a 500 million berry bounty if he was in the Blue Sea. I could definitely believe that. Enel destroys entire islands without a second thought, so that seems about right. Just the sheer destructive ability of his Devil Fruit and the fact that he has no moral qualms means that he could probably rack up a very high body count in a very short amount of time and would be a very, very difficult person to deal with just in general, right? Yeah, so let's run with what Oda said. So let's say 500 million berry. Alessandro Esposito says 500 million too low. So, I mean, 500 million sounds like the low end of things, right? And that's basically what Oda implied. So we'd have to see, like, it would just require a story to sort of play out and see what Enel actually does on the Blue Sea. But I think just taking his character into account, I think, let's just assume that 500 million is the standard. All right. Don't Care says, let's start. The irony of his name. Don't Care, I don't know if I should even take you seriously. If you don't care, then maybe I just shouldn't start. Gabriel Echeverria. Alabasta needs to be on top, guys. Yes, let's just remember... Drowned out my love of Alabasta. Let's just remember how good it was. It was the first great one. I agree. I think Alabasta is the first, in my opinion, great One Piece arc. I think Arlong Park is a really, really good One Piece arc. It's great in its own right. I think Alabasta is the first... To me, Alabasta represents the golden age of One Piece. It's not the best arc, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's either Enies Lobby or Marineford. I think those are... But I think if you're talking about like the golden age of the series, like when you look back fondly when times were simpler but things were really good, kind of like probably how people view the 50s or something like that in America. I don't know. You know, like the Mad Men days, I guess, of One Piece. Or kind of like, you know, when you look at superhero comics and... See, back in the day when Superman's thing was like saving old ladies and like picking up cars and stuff like that, and all the superheroes were really happy and they had stupid, funny looking costumes and did weird, corny things. But we called that the golden age of superheroes, right? That's how I view Alabasta. Not that Alabasta is stupid or corny. I think I got the wrong message across. Golden age meaning it's a time you look back fondly on when things were simpler but really good. All right? So let's say that's what I mean there. Ryan Mamezuka says, I hope you're having a good day today. I am. Have you seen the thumbnail? Look how happy I look at the thumbnail. That's representative of my day. I was wondering, if you had to guess what would Rayleigh's bounty be? Good lord, I can't believe I spawned a bunch of bounty questions. I should have just never answered the first one. Rayleigh's bounty, I'd say in the 3 billion range. So somewhere between 3 and 4 billion. If you're like, well, why isn't it higher than Kaido and Big Mom's? It's because I think Rayleigh's a first mate, so he just would never garner. That's not because of his strength or anything like that. You can power scale Rayleigh however you want. I just think, yeah, I would assume his bounty would be somewhere in the 3 billion to 4 billion range because he's a first mate of somebody else. That's basically it. He doesn't actually own his own giant pirate fleet or empire or like whatever, right? Adrian Hakim, Mord, sorry to distract you. That is no problem. I like being distracted. I'm very easily distracted. But do you think God Valley would be closer to Zoe in style? Kind of touristy? Oh, yeah, I think so. I think God Valley will definitely be much closer to Zoe. I definitely think it'll be much closer to Zoe. I think it's not set up for a huge arc. I don't think we're going to get an arc the scale of Wano again till really the final battle. I think it's this. I think Elbaf will have significant battles and stuff, but it'll be on a much smaller scale. I don't think that we'll have full empires going at it again. So it'll be more so pirate crew to pirate crew, mano a mano. And beyond that, I think the current arc, Wano, is the first of the 2 major big war arcs that we're going to get in the course of the series. Maras00 Jr. says, Arlong Parks gets better after Fishman Island. Yeah, I agree, and I think Baratier has a similar case where like a lot of things become better over time. I think Skypiea, it's a similar argument. I think some arcs they gain more meaning over time. I think One Piece is just one of the most rereadable series ever to me because you can just get so much more out of each rereading. Because so many things connect. Little Dragon 21, G8 arc should get a consolation prize even if it's not canon. G8 arc definitely should. I wish that arc was canon. G8 arc is awesome. G8 arc is everything I would... You guys understand the problem I have with One Piece fillers? Because they can do stuff like the G8 arc, but they just don't. That's just what I don't like about it. Like, the One Piece anime has so many simple ways to just not be the way it is, but it just doesn't do it. Okay, guys, we gotta start. So, let me comment on this real quick. Who saw the last video? Actually, no need to show hands. Let's just assume you all saw the last video. Last video was very good. Go check it out if you haven't already. It's talking about a theory that is a long-running One Piece theory. Found out recently it's been around since like 2005, so I was wrong in thinking it was around since 2013. But it talks about how the creation of the All Blue is going to be part of it's essentially what the treasure is, the creation of the All Blue, the creation of the new ocean. And there was a comment that came out after the latest anime episode that people were messaging me about, saying that Momonosuke says the treasure is kind of like an ocean, and Oden agrees with him. I have not yet gone and double-checked to see if that is a quote straight from the manga. I would love it if it was, because if it is, then that's like a really powerful, I think, extra bit of evidence that the theory that the final treasure is going to be a new ocean is true. Now, that aside, let us get into it, because the stream was supposed to start at 8. It ended in failure. We're now almost an hour in, and, well, I guess 30 minutes, 40-ish minutes in. I started it late as is, at like 8:15-ish, 8:16-ish. It ended in failure, and now, we're kind of a ways through, and we've not ranked anything. So let's just do it. David or Avram says, who's your favorite Berserk character? Griffith. Not in a, Griffith did nothing wrong way, just that Griffith is the most engaging, interesting character to me. I'm actually not a big Guts fan. Not that I don't like Guts. I think Guts is a great character. I just never really got behind his character. It's hard to explain. I like Guts moments. I like Guts scenes. I like the stuff Guts does. I think he's got a very powerful storyline written around him, of who he is, etc., etc. But I'm just never been much of a Guts guy. He's just not the character type that I enjoy reading. So, let's start from the top. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of arcs. Guys, how are we even going to do this? This is a dumb idea. How are we going to do this? I don't even know where the first fucking arc is. Where is it? What am I looking at here? So this is Arlong Park. This is something. Does anyone know where the first arc is? Where's Romance Dawn? Where's Romance Dawn? What is this? Okay, I found Syrup Village. Bottom up. This is Whole Cake. This is so messy. I think Whole Cake's in here twice. No, this is Zoe. Alright, guys, give me a second. Morge's eyesight's not so good. Okay, we found it. I think this is Romance Dawn, or close enough. No, this is Orange Town. No, here we go. Here we go. This is the first. Let's just run with this, okay? This is the first one. Alright. I'm just putting this here momentarily. Let's say this represents Orange Town. Or Romance Dawn, alright? Orange Town. Yeah, no, we're going to do headphone head. We're going to do chronological. I think chronological is best. Alright? Chronological is best. How do we feel about Romance Dawn? Parth Gupta says Morge's mic is even worse. I think I've shown you guys this last stream. I have a perfectly good mic here. It's just not in use because I have not taken the time to figure out how to connect it well in OBS. Last time I tried to... Fine? You guys want to put fine? I'm seeing a lot of fine. I'm seeing a lot of fine. I'm going to leave it in fine and basically set a precedent. We can't vote on everything this time. But I do like running the poll. Let's just run it. Because I'm seeing a lot of solids and I'm seeing a lot of fines. What's the number one? Let's just run a poll to start it off, alright? Everything's more fun with the polls. Like it a lot. Solid. Fine. And then what's this? Don't like that much. Here's what I guarantee is going to happen. Alright? I guarantee this will happen by the end of it. Yeah, it's poll time. True, poll please. Yep. Asking you to show receive. Let's pin this. Here's what I guarantee will happen. Alright? We will get through the end of this. And there will not be a single arc in Don't Like That Much. Okay? There won't be a single arc in Don't Like That Much, because I think even with the least favorite arcs in the series, you guys are all One Piece fans, I'm a One Piece fan, at the end of the day, we're going to probably, like, even the worst arcs, we're going to average out to about fine. Alright? Which means that I guess maybe there's no point in I'll keep the fifth option around just to see what happens, right? Maybe something ends up in the fifth option. If it ends up being a four-tier list, that's just the way it is. Adrian Hakim, democracy in the Morge stream leads to chaos. Yeah, you gotta have democracy, though. At least the illusion of democracy. The illusion of democracy is very, very important. Alright? Just look at America. Alright? Just look at how we do things. We think... Never mind, I won't go into anything. Alright, that's enough time for you guys to vote on this one. Solid. Ended up in solid. Oh my god. Alright. Guys, you know what this means? The fact that Romance Dawn ended up in solid means that fucking nothing's gonna end up in this one. Who's gonna vote for Don't Like That Much if Romance Dawn made it to this? The most basic arc of all time. The highlight of Romance... Well, no, Romance Dawn is cool, though, because I guess the opening chapter... The opening chapter, literally just Roger's execution. Great scene to start the series off with. Okay, alright. So, if it's gonna be this way where everything is gonna end up somewhere between solid and our favorite arcs, then it's gonna be kind of a shitty tier list, but let's try and make it work. Guys, don't be afraid to vote low, alright? We all like One Piece arcs, but it just makes for a nice, better spread if we've got something in all of the tiers. If you're just gonna say everything's solid to our favorite arcs, then it's not gonna be much of a tier list, you know? Perky says just put everything in our favorite arcs and get it over with. No, that's the... No, Perkies. No. We're gonna dislike some stuff, alright? I'm gonna push you guys to try and dislike some of this stuff. How about Orangetown? How do you guys feel about Orangetown? Is Orangetown fine or is it solid? Orangetown fine or solid? Yes, sad stuff. Please put it back to fine, says Totally Siebits. You know what happens if I put this back to fine? Then suddenly I'm a dictator. So either we have a nice tier list where, you know, we get a nice spread, or I'm a dictator. Alright, so, or no, that's not how it is. Basically, it's like either we have a nice tier list with a nice even spread and, you know, differing kind of levels and ratings for these arcs, and I'm a dictator, or we have a shitty tier list and democracy wins out and everything's just grouped into the top 3 categories. And, like, you guys are all happy, but the tier list looks terrible. Meh, don't like, fine. I'm seeing a lot of fines, so I'm dropping this to fine. Alright? Don't like. Aslan's saying don't like. And Aslan has a blue wrench next to his name, which means his vote counts for 10. Compared to you guys, the plebeians. So, I don't know. Some people are pushing for a poll, but I don't feel like a poll. So, we're just not voting on that one. How about Syrup Village? Maras00 Jr., do you think the red line could have been created by a Devil Fruit user? Because after entering the red line, we see blue waves of the Henderson that can mean the red line cut off their migratory path. I like the migratory path idea. So did you guys hear what the question was? So he basically said, do you think that the red line was created by a devil fruit user? And the point he brought up was that other whales, so the giant whales that are laboon species, we're not doing a poll for this. Oh, wait, no, sorry, we got to do a poll for this. Let me finish responding to this guy. Ishwar Navin, the raid to make a nice tier list will fail. Yes. Yeah, that's what it's looking like already. Jesus Christ. We need new content besides tier list content, because it's just, we're going to figure out a new type of content soon, all right? I've been doing this just because it seems like it's fun, but I don't want to get bogged down in only doing one thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, so he was saying that the whales, the fact that all whales seem to be bashing their heads against the Grand Line, because we saw the other species of laboon, indicates possibly that there was a red line created that got in the way of their migratory path, where normally they would just want to be really traveling across the world. So I think that's a possibility, definitely a possibility. As to the creation of the red line, I think when we find out what that is, I've seen good theories like, oh, Uranus was the ancient weapon that created the red line. That makes a lot of sense to me. I could get behind that. At the moment, we still don't know how that would happen. So maybe it would actually be just an Earth devil fruit or some insanely powerful devil fruit, because it would have to be one of the, like, to reshape the entire scale of the world would be an extremely, extremely powerful ability. So, going to be interesting to see how that is. You guys don't like this one? You guys don't like? Okay, hold on. Let me give a little bit of a poll. I'm surprised. I like Syrup Village. Well, I don't want to sway you guys' opinion. This one is not as a joke. Like, this one I do actually want to see what you guys... Morge, I posted my YouTube comment in the chat. Ah, shoot. Now we gotta find Lolly Lollies. Everyone, if you can tell me what Lolly Lolly said, that would be much appreciated. Also, just... Lolly Lolly, you're actually hilarious because... So, Lolly Lolly, first you did a super chat asking me if I'd seen your YouTube comment. So I said, no, I'm sorry, I did not see your YouTube comment. Then after that, you did a normal chat where you posted your comment. And then you did a follow-up super chat asking me if I'd seen your normal comment. Lolly Lolly, why didn't you just super chat your question instead of doing the super chat to ask me if you'd seen your question? You could have just... I'm not asking you to super chat again. I'm just saying, like, logistically, like, why do the second super chat? Why did you just include your question here? Why did you just include your question here? All right, so, no offense to Lolly Lolly, but just, I feel like that'd be so much easier. Everyone, if you see Lolly Lolly's comment, because God knows how we're going to find it at this point, fucking needle in a haystack, you can't post a link. Oh, okay, I see. My bad, Lolly Lolly. Can you just post it in terms of text? Because I'm not about to, I think, follow a link to another thing during the stream, I guess. But can you just post your question here? And I can respond to it. No need to super chat again. Just, whoa. People call it out when Lolly Lolly posts his or her comment. What were the categories again? What were the categories? Favorite, like a lot. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Syrup Village. Solid, fine, don't like. Alright. Your Wi-Fi is one. Oh my god, I'm so upset that you guys could actually see. You guys could see my Wi-Fi. It's not 1 bar for the record. It's clearly. What is it? It's like 2 bars? It looks like it's 2 bars to me. But it might be oh shit, you're right. Okay, as long as it doesn't go to 0, right? As long as it doesn't go to 0, who cares? Azen Hobo over 9,000. Did you see my normal comment just now, Mr. Morge? What? No, what? Oh, yeah, I get it. Oh no, it is frozen. Fuck. Hello? Oh no. Okay, it's fine. It looks like we're back to B. I'm looking at the stream right now. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm back. Right? I'm back. Okay. I'm back, and the good news is we are comfortably at 1 bar. 3. Look at that. What was that spike? Look at it. Did you guys see the spike? It maxed out for a moment. And now it's back to 1. Alright, so let's just all pray that it does not drop any further. And let's take a look at the results for this poll. Yeah, I'll get the Ethernet cable next time. Fine and don't like. Yeah, so fine wins it barely. Fine wins it barely. I thought Syrup Village was perfectly fine. How do we feel about Baratier? I feel like I've talked Baratier up so much this stream that, like, now you guys will be biased towards it. I don't want that to be the case. I want you guys to... James Walters, thanks a lot. 100 pixels, great YouTuber, poor stream. Oh man, that hurts. Look, okay, here are the changes that need to happen, right? Here are the changes that like a lot. I'm seeing a lot of like a lot. I'm seeing a like a lot. I'm just gonna toss it into like a lot. Where's it at? I don't even know where it is. Oh no, there we go. This is Don Krieg, right? I think it's like a lot. Here are the changes that need to happen. 1, Ethernet. 4, better internet, right? 2, webcam. 4, better me in terms of visuals, right? You can see it, but oh my god, look at all this red. Look at all this orange. Say your respects to Oof, Mr. Morge. Say your respects to Oof. Say your respects to Oof. If Oof is in the stream, let himself show himself, because I have unbanned Oof. I did it off stream. I even messaged Oof directly on Twitter and told him that I'd unbanned him. So if Oof the coward wants to show himself, then now is the moment to do it. I want that hat. Thanks a lot. You should just stream Roblox One Piece games instead. Roblox One Piece games? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. Roblox. What does Roblox One Piece mean? What does it mean? Yeah, show yourself, Oof. Last time you guys all thought that I was the bad guy and Oof is the good guy. Well, now I'm here. I'm back. I'm not scared of Oof. Let's see Oof show himself. Blocks fruit. LMAO. Yeah, that's right. Come on out, Oof. If Oof shows himself in the next 5 minutes, I will mod him. If Oof does not show himself in the next 5 minutes, then, I don't know, we will try and ban him again or something like that. And that's just the way it goes. So if you know Oof, if you're a friend of Oof, tell him to come out. And then we'll see who the real, I don't know, captain of this stream is. I guess that's what we're fighting over. Princess Taco, Mr. Morge, why is failure? That is a great question. Excellent sentence fragment right there. Why is failure? It's very deep, isn't it? I don't really have a response to that. I think that one kind of went over my head. Why is failure? I guess the stream as a whole, the things that we were trying to change: Ethernet, improve the internet quality. 2, webcam, improve my visual quality. 3, the mic, which, good news, is almost there. Just have to take 5 minutes to figure out how to set it up better on OBS, but I'm always late to my streams anyway, so I don't have 5 minutes to spare to set up OBS better. YouTuber at 1 bar element. Guys, stop looking at the bar. You want me to hide this? I don't want you guys looking at the bar and getting distracted and worrying about the stream failing or not. Just treat it like, treat it like, what's a good comparison? I guess, like, heart attacks, maybe? You know, like, yeah, heart attack could happen, but you don't want to always be, like, you know, checking your blood pressure this is a terrible analogy. All I'm saying is that, yes, sometimes bad things happen, but it's better to not obsess over whether or not the internet's going to go to 0 and the stream's going to cut out. Just, like, you know, live your life, watch the stream. Look at that. Even as we talk about it, it goes up. Ironic, because I'm saying that we shouldn't pay attention to it, but I'm only paying attention when it looks like it's looking up. Now it's back to 1 bar. All the way up. I don't know. Don't listen to me, but just don't worry about the bars, okay? James Walter, thanks a lot. Hey, Morge, what do you think about Zack Snyder directing live-action One Piece? I think that would be a terrible idea. I think that would be an actually terrible idea. The Shadow King 777 says you absolutely do want to check on that. That is also true. If you've got a bad heart, you probably want to monitor that pretty tightly. What's a better analogy? I think you guys get what I'm talking about, but it's probably not phrased the best way it could be phrased. Update the Windows too, says AB_Kira. Yeah, look, there's things that could be done. There's a guy in your window. I'm actually kind of worried. I don't want to turn around and, like, actually see, like, a reflection. That would terrify me. Okay. Wait, did Oof show himself? Did Oof show himself? If Oof showed himself, I've got to mod him. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oof showed up. Wait, this isn't the Oof. You're not Oof. This isn't Oof. Oof was a lowercase username. Nice try. That's not Oof. Who remembers? This is not the real Oof. This is not the real Oof. That's not the real Oof. Nice try, fake Oof. You will suffer the fate of real Oof. Justice. Joey Jojo, Morge, please educate these bubs on why Syrup Village is good. I think Syrup Village is fine where it is, dude. I mean, I would put it in. I would swap it with Romance Dawn, but like, you know, I think I can only pull the Dictator card so many times. So I think this one's not a hill I'm willing to die over. You know what I mean? Fun fact: Fake Oof is the only person that I have intentionally banned. James Walters says, it's officially happening, check CBR. That is not true. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Yeah, this is just not a hill I'm willing to die over. Like, if I had it my way, I would swap these two, in my opinion. But if you guys want this, then fine. That's okay. I will pull my Dictator card. I mean my voter manipulation card. I mean my Guiding Hand of Governmental Justice card later this stream over things that I care about. That was a good save. You guys almost thought I was a dictator for a second. All right. Where were we at? So we like this one a lot. Arlong Park. How do we like that? Arlong Park I really, really like. Rickon says, let's all throw tomatoes at Fake Oof. Yeah, so Fake Oof was the only person that I have personally banned. I have seen my mods ban people, and I don't even know how many mods are in the chat right now, but yeah, Invisible Hand card, Morge. So Fake Oof is the only person who have actually like banned personally, because I thought it was funny. Favorite, really like. I think that this deserves to be up here, but we're not going to just put anything up here. It has to earn its spot, so let's do a poll for this one. Princess Taco, Mr. Morge, do you connect to the Celestial Dragons? No, the Celestial Dragons are too obvious with their tomfoolery. They walk around with slaves and such, you know? I would never do something like that. I do everything under much more subtle means, such as, again, vote manipulation. So I think the Celestial Dragons are too overt with everything. They walk around with bubbles on their heads. They just shoot people in the streets. I would never do something like that, you know? Would I, like, move this down to here just for the fun of it? Yeah. But I would never do what the Celestial Dragon beats with all of their stuff, you know? Brothership says Sanji versus Zoro. Come on, Brothership. What are you trying to derail this into? What are you trying to turn this into? Solid, fine. What's the last one? What's the last one? Don't let it. Sanji versus Zoro, it's just always going to be kind of close, you know? Or maybe not that close, I don't know. I've done multiple videos on Sanji versus Zoro. So I feel like I don't need to go into that again. What do you mean I have no connection? What are you talking about? The stream is perfectly fine, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Look at that. Look at me. So I'm looking at me and I look like I'm happy. I'm talking about something over here. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it looks like... Oh no, what does this say? Open a widget. Why does it want me to open a widget? I don't even know what a widget is. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, guys, should I open this widget? Just discovered you from Royal Shichibukai, says Daniel Roldan. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the content. Hope you're here to stay. It's laggy, man, not perfect Wi-Fi. Well, now that widget thing went away, so that means we probably fixed it, right? We probably fixed it? Boomer Morge. Let's find out how you guys feel. What's a widget? Says Yatik. Why don't you guys call Yatik a boomer? Why do I gotta be the only boomer? Like a lot. Okay, like a lot wins. I thought that favorite would win. Okay. Alright, that's... I'm not gonna lie, that hurts me a little bit, but like... That's cool. I guess we're really reserving our favorite arts for some favorite stuff. That's fine. You know, that hurts, but it is what it is. The Pirate here says, I missed the Bucks game for a laggy stream. LMAO still worth. Did the Bucks win? I hope the Bucks win. I'm not really interested in seeing the Heat make it to the finals again. No offense to them. Props to them. They're a great... they're a team that definitely overperforms expectations, and that's always good to see, but like... Not particularly interested. Okay. Not favorite. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, that's fine. Oh my god, look at all... I guess chat was kind of being held back for a moment based on someone's bad internet. Yeah, Arlong Park is better than Baratier. I would put him in different tiers, to be honest, but like I would personally put this here, but that's fine. I won't die on this hill either. Okay? Pekka says move romance. Oh yeah, you're right. That should be here. And then this one was here, right? I think that was the way that we landed on it, right? I think this was here and this was here. Probably something like that is the feeling that I got. Now, I'll be good. I'll just wait, right? I don't actually. I'm not joking this time. I actually don't remember. Was this the setup? Was this the setup? Can someone confirm or deny what the setup was? This was it, right? It was something like this. Like you guys had this here, these here. Syrup was not lower. It was not over here. It was not over here. Pengu Puncher says open widget. Listen, God knows what a widget is. For all we know, YouTube's trying to drop a virus on me. Open a widget. I know what that means. Stranger, thanks a lot. The theory of One Piece had me mind blown. I think the community got it right. Yeah, I love that theory. I'm a very, very big fan of that theory. I know that it's been around even longer than I expected. So to me, that just makes it cooler. I like the idea that it's a theory that like it belongs to no single person, as far as I know. Because if it's around from 2005, like people were saying, Syrup was not lower. Syrup was here. There was nothing in Don't Like That Much. We had an entire conversation about it. All right, so I really, really like the idea that it's a theory that's been going around since 2005, and it's kind of probably just been added to or gotten new pieces and like bits and bits of information, things just kind of falling into place over time. It's just like a really cool concept if you think about it. It's kind of like, it's a little corny to say, but it is kind of like, who remembers the All Might scene from My Hero Academia? However you feel about My Hero Academia, I think you can't deny that this is a good scene, or at least a gets your blood pumping kind of scene, where All Might takes down All for One. Yeah, All Might takes down All for One, and you get that visual of All Might's quirk being passed through the generations. That's kind of how I feel about this theory. I think it's just really cool that like it's something that has been going on since 2005, and every time we get new information or new knowledge in One Piece in the story, it's only ever added to the theory. I think there's never been anything that kind of really takes away from that theory significantly. There's things that don't necessarily fall into place, but there's nothing that really disproves that this is something that's going to happen, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, and I think that, like, just how exciting must it have been when we found out that Madame Charlie prediction, and that kind of added into that theory that, Fishman Island's going to be destroyed, and it's going to be destroyed by Luffy. How exciting was it when, I guess that was probably the last big one. But I do think that, like, for me personally, like, how excited was I when I saw Dressrosa and all the things play into Dressrosa and how Dressrosa seemed to fit so many things about what we can expect to happen in the future with the world government. And then seeing it end with Doflamingo being punched through the ground and all of Dressrosa being turned into rubble. That chapter, by the way, is called Rubble, after Doflamingo's defeated, and that's when they're talking about the Land of Freedom. It just plays so perfectly, to me, into the idea that that's what's going to happen with the Red Line and with the Celestial Dragons at the end of the day. Adrian Hakim, out of all the East Blue characters who kept up with that, which Arlong would be shown, or at least Don Krieg and Kira's activities since Luffy? Yeah, I think Arlong is the only one that still makes sense to be shown. The others are just maybe too minor at this point to really even matter. I mean, like, for us to even feel something, like getting a look back at them, because it's just like, oh yeah, Luffy beat you. Like, oh yeah, like this happened. like East Blue almost feels like another world at this point, and I think Oda kind of wants to keep it that way. Like it's just a very quiet, secluded sort of area. And so the characters that we care about that came out of it, like obviously like Nami's village and stuff, it's cool to check in on them. But like the villains and such feel so inconsequential at this point compared to what Luffy's dealing with. I think there's no point checking in again. Remix King, how do you not like a good underdog story involving basketball? I do. It's just that like we kind of got that already last year with the Heat. At this point, I want the competition. You know, I think the Heat already overperformed and got the best that they were going to get. Nathaniel D, thanks a lot. You know, like the Heat already got their underdog story, in my opinion. Isaiah Davis, I think the One Piece is the fountain of youth. Wait, are you the real Oof? Guys, is this the real Oof? No, come on, how many Oof? Oh, god damn, how many fake Oofs do we have? How many Oofs do we have? Which one is the real Oof? No, this has just turned into its whole new nightmare. Before I only had to deal with one Oof. Last stream it was just one Oof. Now we've got to deal with an army of them? This is like, good god. This is like finding out that like, you know, Mihawk, when you find out with Mihawk like that there's 6 other Shichibukai out there. No, worse, this is like finding out that they've got an army of pacifistas out there. No, worse, this is like finding out, well, I guess there's nothing really worse than that, is there? That there's 10 Plutons, I don't know. Brother Ship, what do you want to happen next chapter? I would like a bit of a flashback into what happened in the little Luffy-Kaido confrontation. Maris00 Jr., do you keep up with Jujutsu Kaisen? If you do, quick thoughts on it, and as a Heat fan, I'm disappointed. Sorry, bro, I was supportive of the Heat for a little while.